if increasingly your freedom is being taken away from you, if increasingly the right to make decisions is being taken away from you, then you really have to ask yourself, are you in a relationship, or are you in a trauma or being tortured or something to that effect? My partner is not comfortable with 40-day abstinence from any intimacy. Quite a partner you have. So, well, it's usually unheard of. Once a partner is old, it's the other way around. They say, please do sadhana, stay away from me. So, it depends. Okay, so humor aside, it depends how much and what that sadhana means to you. If your partner is also convinced that it means something to you, I don't think they'll have a problem helping you follow the guidelines or the rules. You also want to make sure, first of all, that the sadhana actually requires abstinence. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Only you know. So you also have to then understand why somebody is refusing to give you that space. Why your partner is not willing to do such a simple thing. So sometimes people resist, not because they need to, but because they can. Sometimes people say no, not because it solves any purpose, but just because they can say no, so they will say no. Sometimes they say no because they care about you. Maybe he or she is thinking that, look, they don't want you to become a sannyasi. Most people are scared. We go to saints to pray and so on, but nobody in their family wants anybody to become a saint. They don't want you to do that. Many years ago, I conducted a youth retreat. There I asked all the kids, what would you like to be when you grow up? So somebody said, I'll be this and I'll be that. Two things nobody said. They said, I'll be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, a chartered accountant, an astronaut, and a teacher, and everything else. But nobody said one of the two things. A politician, and two, a saint. They're almost in the same category in their minds. Being a saint is as bad as being a politician. It almost seems that way. So people have this deep insecurity. I once heard Swami Rama narrate this little story. There was a lady who used to come to him and would tell him, look, every time I disagree with my husband, he says, don't push me over the edge, okay? I'm going to become a sadhu. I'm going to leave you and become a sadhu. I said, every time I try to talk sense or hold any meaningful conversation with him, he just blows up and starts saying things. I'm going to leave and I'm going to become a sadhu. I'm going to become a sannyasi and I'm going to become a Swami. And I feel really scared because I'm deeply attached to him. I don't want him to become a Swami. So Swami Rama said to him, look, next time he says that to you, you tell him, sure, go. Go on, be a Swami. She said, what if he actually becomes? Trust me, just say this to him. And next time they had this argument and he said, look, if you don't stop, I'm going to become a Swami. She said, sure, go. Go be a Swami. And he started crying. You don't love me anymore. He said, You don't love me anymore. The same thing also, another sadhu narrated this beautiful story. He said we were traveling by train and there were 3 or 4 young boys in the same coach, in the same, whatever that thing is called. And at every station, the train stopped. A group of devotees would come, would attend to the Maharaji, would garland him, would give him hot food to take and so on. And the boy said, "Ye badhiya mauj hai. This is awesome. We are struggling. We should be a sannyasi." He said, "What are you waiting for? Then come. Come with me. Come be a sannyasi." As if they actually meant it. The kind that's required, the sacrifices it requires to be a sannyasi, no matter how it appears, is just unbelievable. So when you are walking the path of sadhana, sometimes people are insecure around you. So you have to first understand why they are refusing to be a co-traveler on your journey. And if it's just not their temperament, that is okay. But why are they choosing not to support you? And there you must come clean. You must say, look, this matters to me. If you loved me, I really doubt you would be resisting it so much. Am I your servant or service provider? Or do I have no right to my life? Am I not allowed to lead my life the way I say fit I'm not running away from anything? So if you still have a problem with it, I think it's for you to then think how much you want to sacrifice. Because the thing with toxic relationships, it's like, they're like the noose. If it's around your neck and you let go, it's going to continue to tighten. Really, toxic relationships rarely get better. They become increasingly more stifling, more toxic, more suffocating. So if you're in a toxic relationship, you have to understand why you are in it to begin with. When Nasruddin went to this mental hospital, he said, I just wanted to know, when was the last time you did a count of all the patients in here? All the male patients? They said, just this morning. Why are you asking? Everything's okay? Is everything okay? He said, no, my wife's run off with somebody. And I thought the guy has to be from here. No sane person would go off with her. Now, so if increasingly your freedom is being taken away from you, if increasingly the right to make decisions is being taken away from you, then you really have to ask yourself, are you in a relationship, or are you in a trauma or being tortured or something to that effect? So when somebody doesn't support you for something as simple as that, first of all, find out the reason. Ask them point blank, what is the real reason? And then you go from there. If it matters to you, you will still do it. If sadhana is not that important, then you'll say, well, fine. When demonetization happened, who would have thought all the women in India were holding on to so much cash? Men were always believing there is no cash at home, but they're sitting on piles of cash. So the other way is that you still do what you have to do. So rather than not doing the sadhana at all, you make do with what you have. You still do whatever you can with the resources you have, which is still better than not doing it at all. And as far as doing sadhana as a householder, like I've shared earlier as well, please watch that video, that you can turn everything into an act of sadhana with mindfulness and devotion. That's my answer.